Hello everyone, I'm the Nerdy Fool and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. We left off last time with Astarion rushing to get our team back alive here with Withers. I guess since we are out of combat, besides Minthara, who I think time has paused for her, so I can use this time to heal us. Although, I think Minthara has our good healing potions. I don't know if anyone else...
Next, I wonder.
You've got a couple. Send those to Astarion. We can have him try and heal up a little bit. I don't want to use our limited spell slots. We can always buy more potions. I have infinite money. Not technically infinite.
No time to rest.
But we're going to head out of camp, and then it's a quick rush as fast as we can to get back to Minthara. Yeah. So she is back that way.
Need to find a way forward.
Yep, go here. Hopefully the jump isn't while we are considered inside of combat. It is not. Oh, right. Astarion, or Varric doesn't know how to make that jump.
There's no time to waste.
Shadowheart, can
No
you...
time to
No.
waste.
Can you make that jump? Yes. And the rest will follow. Presumably. We can see the combat over there.
What to do? These boots have seen everything.
So in a moment we should be rejoining combat. Varric, you doing okay? Kind of wigging out a bit. Anyway, it is still Minthara's turn. You managed to survive long enough. Well done. I thought we were gonna have to run for like several turns to get over here with combat going, and she'd just have to hold out. So
My victims await.
that worked out. So we've got you.
By my oath.
Gone. Then I think have you run back out of sight. Maybe with this pillar. So they don't have an easy shot on you. Waste your action, so I guess I can have you just take a bow shot. Although, if you're able to shoot him, he's probably able to shoot you. That's usually how that works. So that points out a flaw in my hiding back here. But might as well take the shot. You've got the action. Switch back to your melee weapon. How's the ceiling look? I don't know if they're going to be able to shoot you. But I do hope we can keep kiting them back and forth where they're, you know, running from one side of the ledge to the other with their whole turn. That would make me happy. Okay, going after these people, that's not terribly surprising. Oh, come on. Broke concentration right away. Oh, well, the main reason I wanted her to have that was so that she could survive long enough for the team to get back. I didn't realize that time would be paused the entire time I was running away, because that's a little cheap. Cheaper than I was intending to be. Can you stop attacking Varric? Why are you so focused on him? So, yeah, I don't know how to deal with an invisible character, because we can't attack invisible characters, and I'm running really low on area attacks. I have scrolls. I have lots of scrolls I never use. With Varric. Well, Astarion, you go forward. One down. Try and take this one down. Oh, man. Still.
Be quick.
You got one down and another one nearly dead.
Unleash me.
What can you do? I guess just take all of your attacks. Oh, come on. And what is your your AC? Because you've been dodging well. AC 21. No wonder. Giving them disadvantage to hit and her having AC 21. That's not bad. But okay, that's your turn, I suppose. Why did he suddenly die? His mind collapsed. Oh, did he die from bleeding damage from Astarion? So then or took 2 bleeding damage from Astarion, which brought him down to 2 hit points, which was enough for Cole the Weak to take effect, because it recognized the bleeding damage came from Astarion. Neat. Reeling. That's probably not good. No, he received reeling. Right, because he's using blows against her that are protected by her adamantine armor. He takes penalties. Alright, Varric, can you stop everything you're doing? Hi. So, what do we have left? We have the big boss, and then 4 of these guys left. The healthiest one is the one that's by Minthara. I can probably get 2 of them lined up with a lightning bolt. But should I save the lightning bolt for this guy, just as an area attack? Let's look at your scrolls. If we open this, that's potions. Maybe Shadowheart's holding the scrolls. Okay, we'll assume Shadowheart's holding the scrolls. If I put you here, and asked you to lightning bolt, you're only hitting 1. For some reason, you don't hit this guy. Probably thinks it's getting cut off by this ledge. Nope. Just, oh, there was a spot there. Thought, or maybe I just had my mouse over him. No, I don't think there's any spot there that's gonna hit him. And I can't go back now. Huh. If I want to attack this one, disadvantage because too dark. I really don't want you that close to him, if I'm perfectly honest. But the one to go next is this one. And he is fairly close to death. I could go Magic Missile. Send 2 at him to guarantee his death. And then 2 at you. because Astarion will have a turn before you get to go, so I'm not as worried about you, even though you're right there, which is scary. We'll go Magic Missile, 2nd level. 2 at you. 1 might be able to kill him because of our Cold a Week, but I don't want to bank on that. 2 I knew would kill him. And then we are unfortunately stuck here. Although I could do Misty Step, but no, I'm fine.
What should I do?
Shadowheart, you have all of my scrolls. I think. Yes. Are there any of these that are going to save the day? Scroll of protection from good and evil. There's an idea. Scrolls of magic missile. Witch bolt. Can I expand this? Yes. Good. Is there a scroll of sea invisibility? Blindness. Charm person. I would guess it would look like an eyeball. See. No, just invisibility and greater invisibility. And I don't know how many area attacks that aren't fire or cold. Because I think those were... Let's send this backpack to Varric. I think he's the one that's going to do more spell stuff. Yeah, you are resistant to ice. And immune to fire. The immune to fire is the problem. There's lots of problems, but that's the current problem. What can I seriously do with you? I can use cantrips that they have resistant to. You can do attacks that you've disadvantaged because they're in darkness. Or I just have you run up and try and use your hammer. Mace. Because then it'll blind them. And that's at least something. I don't really want you taking falling damage. So jump to here. Pull out your melee weapon. Not enough movement. Of course not. 50%. 42%. That's 65. But again, Astarion's just probably going to kill him. Although I could send Astarion down there to kill him. That might be the better call. Well, we're not going to kill this one regardless. I'm tempted with the Sacred Flame, even though it's less reliable. Was it resistance, or do you have advantage? You have advantage on saving throws, so that's already calculated in for this. But you'll take full damage, as opposed to with the bow, you'll take half damage because of your resistance. So I think this is the better choice. Meh. Didn't change anything. Switch back to your melee weapon. Just so that you can potentially blind people if they're nearby. Alright, you're gonna pop up and attack Varric because... shield blow. Not super surprising. And invisible. Is he still... Yeah, he's still just standing right there. I wonder if he'd take the attack of opportunity if we ran by. Not enough movement. Looks like there's enough. Or is he just missing like an inch of movement to get there? So you are alive. Where are the others? Because there's 3 of them still alive. One here, one there. Over here. Because yeah, I could send Astarion to get down here. No, not really. Uses up a bonus action.
All right.
It's probably fine. You're now here. You have 12 hit points left. You have how much? 18. Probably doesn't matter. I'm just going to use my sneak attack. Hit there. So you're dead. Then all we have is a single bonus action. I can't get over there. So I could dash. But even dashing, I don't think I'd make it all the way over there. But I'm inclined to start moving in that direction.
On my way.
Head into deep shadows. Hopefully that helps you. Probably doesn't. You might have actually been able to make it to him. No attacks left, so it wouldn't have changed anything.
My victims await.
Alright. Just keep doing what you do. Slowly whittling him down. Ow. Probably should just use that charm. Alright. Boss is here, but invisible. Like, I could use Fireball, of course. But it doesn't help me. I could go, like, here and do Thunder Wave, but he's gonna make the save. It's a Constitution save. I'm guessing his con save is a +9. Dex save is a +7. Wisdom is a +6. Dude, you can't have that many saves, man. And be permanently invisible. It's too good. Alright. Let's go back through this and find options. We know we don't have to see invisibility. I can't choose anything that I have to target because we can't see him ever. Resistant to ice, so none of those work. I mean, I could give Varric Stone Skin because he keeps getting attacked. Flaming Sphere, Color Spray, but he has more than 33 hit points. Blind a creature. I think I have to target a specific creature. We aren't maintaining a save. I could actually do Blur at this point. I assume we don't have a Scroll of Haste. One Scroll of Chromatic Orb. Shatter's an area effect. Con save, though, so he'd take half damage, and then half damage again because he... No, he has advantage against spells. He doesn't take half damage from them. So we just take half damage. Could do it. We've got 2 more Scrolls of Lightning Bolt. Yeah. I don't know. Being unable to see an enemy when everything needs to be targeted is really causing me problems. Like in D&D, if I was playing D&D, I would definitely just use a reaction. Just ready an action for when he showed up to hit him with magic missile or something. But there's no reactions that I'm aware of in this game. So you're just forced to attack on your own turn. And how do you do that when they're invisible? Burning hands, but again, immune to fire. Okay, went through all the scrolls. There is nothing really great besides lightning bolt and chromatic orb as my only two spells to hit an area. Can you go somewhere where you're not going to murder Shadowheart, please?
Have to keep going.
Because I really don't want you accidentally shooting her. Just to make sure, he is right here. As much as aiming for their location is dumb, his invisibility is also dumb, so I don't feel bad. I feel a little bad about the Withers thing. Healing in the middle of a battle. Yeah, deal with it. And then run away.
Let's finish this.
Alright, what to do here? Disadvantaged because you're poisoned. Right. So attack rolls have disadvantage. I could do something that makes him save. 25%. That's real bad. There is always the idea of banishment. Nope, we're out of 4th level slots. Guess that's not terribly surprising. I think I'm going to do create and destroy water. Varric's going to be hitting him with lightning the next few turns. Let's double that damage. As silly as that is. Create water as a 2nd level spell. Darkness would help Starion, but it would hurt the rest of us, so I don't really want to put out the torches. So maybe just, like, here. So it doesn't hit any of us or the torches. But definitely covers all of him. There you go. He's now vulnerable to electricity for a number of turns. 3 turns. Do you have potions? Not really.
No choice but to
Who has my potions now? Probably Minthara. Healing. Healing. So we have 11 basic potions on you. All we have left of good potions are these 4 superior healings. Alright, we need to restock on potions. Clearly.
Got to focus.
I've been going through them a lot in recent challenging fights. And apparently I shouldn't be. I guess get into melee with him. Actually, can you get into melee with him from a direction that allows Varric a good shot? Because where you are right now is a problem. But I don't want you to take that attack of opportunity. So I was thinking melee because he keeps wanting to use his bow. Well, down here should leave Varric a good shot forward. I think. At least Probably, in my mind. But this will prevent him from using his bow, which he seems to really prefer doing, rather than moving forward to attack. If he wants to use his bow, then I want him to use his sword. Attack of opportunity, please? Hello? Alright. Well, take this guy out, please. Take this guy out, please. Why do you not have advantage now? You've had it all along. Are you in too much... No, you're still considered in dark. I have no idea. You've had a lot of advantage lately, and I just assumed it was due to being in darkness, but maybe not. Haven't really been paying attention. So I guess this guy gets to live another turn. Did you make him bleed? He is bleeding. Okay. That bleeding might be enough to finish him off on his turn, I hope.
Ready for battle.
Still alive at 4 hit points. But True Strike will be available next turn. Did not die, unfortunately. Sure, use the charm. I don't know how often I can use that, but since they're attacking twice, it feels good to prevent them. Oh, no, that did not work according to plan. I did not want you hitting Shadowheart instead. Alright. He's just right here, and he is still taking extra lightning damage. So let's back off. Lightning bolt. First, let me... Yeah. Where are you exactly? I think he's... Yeah, he's over here. I think here. Oh, I was in completely the wrong spot. Still got him, though, and that's what matters. How much damage was that? Was that 36 or something? It's not showing. Did he not take damage? I thought I saw a damage value. But I would expect to see him taking some lightning damage, and he did not. Well, that's
Swift
not
as my
good.
feet can carry me.
Can't give up.
Alright, Shadowheart. What can you do? Probably not a lot. That's the problem I keep running into.
Your time has come.
He's immune to poison, so don't bother. Seems like a lot of enemies are immune to poison. Like, an unusual number. Good. Bad. And invisible. But probably still standing there. Invisibility's not as useful, dude, if you're just gonna stand where you are. Let's turn sneak attack off from my offhand. Because I am going to attack with my offhand now, which will probably kill it. And I want to save my sneak attack. So... always ask. Don't just use anything for the moment. Only 65. It's probably still fine. Okay, you're dead.
Your
Vinthara, can you kill this one? Now everyone moves together in initiative,
Well, so much for peace.
which means if I can find where he's at... No, he was right in front of Shadowheart, right? Shadowheart. Find me where he's at. I don't remember where he was. I mean, that looks off, but I think that's... Oh, is that it? Is he right there?
Where do I go from here?
Yeah, I think he's right there. Okay. So, yeah, the reason I wanted those two dead is so Varric can now expose him with casting a spell from here. Another lightning bolt. Right there. So he's now visible. Oh.
place like this.
This was in fact the enemy that we were supposed to kill. I didn't get a chance to talk to him, which is what I said originally when we were going to talk when we talked to Raphael, is I would rather find out about the enemy before I just murder him on Raphael's word. But there we go. This was the enemy in question. We managed to survive. Somewhat, depending on how you define it. Oh, that was brutal. But we are over time. So let's just do... maybe we'll go to camp. We're out of spell slots. We'll do a quick camping at the end of this session. See if anyone has anything to say. And then we'll end the episode. So I'll just go around, do the rounds as usual. See if anyone wants to talk.
Always at your side. I feel the weave growing more distant by the moment. We walk Shah's path now. Best we don't spend too long in her shadow.
The night song sounded useful. Could it save you from the orb's detonation? And we don't know anything about it, but it does apparently give immortality. A powerful immortality. So if we use that on Gale and then he exploded, maybe.
Alas, no. The charm Elminster granted me requires my death as the spark that will light the orb's fuse. Making myself invulnerable, immortal, or in any other fashion unkillable would render it useless. And gods only know what it might do to the orb itself. Still, I see no harm in learning what we can about this night song. And if we manage to find it, the harm will be all Ketheric's. So, well worth indulging our curiosity.
But good to keep an eye out for other possibilities that might save your life.
At the ready.
Hey Starion, thanks for saving all of our lives with that run back to camp.
This temple certainly is grand.
It is.
Well, it's a rundown bearing the weight of centuries sort of grand, which is my favorite kind, incidentally.
Ha! Yothon is dead, aren't you pleased?
The Orthon is nothing. I'll have my satisfaction when Raphael makes good on his word.
Where do you think we can find him? Repeat after me. Thank you for helping me. It was very kind. It was a pleasure to kill him. Where do you think we can find him? I'm not gonna... As funny as that is, no. Where do you think we can find him?
In an old pair of boots, in an abandoned outhouse, in my own bedroll. The devil turns up where it pleases him, but we're bound to run into him soon.
It possibly might show up for one of the night scenes. Excuse me.
Something in the air down here. It's like this place wants to be forgotten.
Well, forgetting is one of Shar's main things. So that's not terribly surprising. So Shadowheart, what's the latest now that we are here in Shar's temple going through her gauntlet?
Well, my day just improved. Did you want something?
Guess not. We did talk to her when we were first entering the temple. I accidentally clicked on her.
Shar's domain indeed. Despair and discarded memories lurking in every shadow.
Minthara? I don't know if that table is where you're wanting to be kneeling, but I am impressed with your ability to fuse through objects. Daniel, what's the latest?
Kethric's soul still nourishes the shadows. Destroy him, so the land may heal, so that I may heal.
I shall.
Even when the faithful abandon them, sacred places do not lose their power. Be on your guard.
Yeah, we didn't get as destroyed by any Sharish stuff here. It was that Orthon, which I don't think was Shar's doing. Halsin should be somewhere. Is he up here? He's up here. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not forgetting people. Oh, Lae'zel, I forgot about you as well. Oops.
A temple dedicated to Shar. More than a temple, perhaps. A proving ground. This must be where Ketheric Thorm grew his dark-cloaked ranks.
I think we've already asked all of this. It looks so weird not seeing him in his usual armor.
The air's thick with lies and trickery.
Yep. Yes, the disc from Moonrise Towers.
Once again, your mind opens to Lae'zel, and she considers the disc.
More writings on Orpheus, the so-called Prince of the Comet.
Go on then, let's hear it.
The Prince of the Comet, Part 3. The histories tell us that Commander Voss, Gestil Kithrak, pierced Prince Orpheus clean through with his sword of silver, that his flesh was torn and fed to the great red dragon Ephelaman. Vlaakith's faithful roar out this tale, but beneath the roars, we hear whispers carrying truth and prophecy. The Prince of the Comet is not dead. The Prince of the Comet will come again. The Prince of the Comet will liberate us from Vlaakith's tyranny. Praise be to Mother Gith, Queen of the One Sky. Praise be to your son, Orpheus, the true heir, Prince of the Comet. This is more than a fable. It's an affront to the undying Queen Vlaakith. Gith's son died to Voss's blade. Orpheus is no more.
So we know she was very anti-Orpheus, against this tale, the first two parts that we've found. But now she is upset with Vlaakith, and so I'm wondering if she might be more willing to consider alternatives. Maybe Orpheus, if he is still alive, or something else. Could Orpheus really be alive, do you think?
It is not just improbable, it is impossible. Kithrak Voss and his red dragon slayed the fell prince. You could no more resurrect him than you could glue together the pile of ashes he became. My Vash taught that the silver bells of Vlaakith's court still ring out before every hunt in celebration of the prince's defeat. As a child, I longed to hear them for myself, and sing in praises to the deathless queen and her Kithraki.
Who is the great red dragon Philemon of the story?
Tiamat's emissary. It was he who carried word that Mother Gith had negotiated the gift of the dragons, and that Vlaakith I would preside as Queen of the Githyanki. The Philemon remains the Queen's consort to this day, as endless as the empire he now serves. Anything more?
Is there anything more? No. I'll leave the tadpole questions alone, although we haven't asked her in a while. But nothing particularly new has shown up that would make me feel it's a good time to re-ask. Let's end the day.
Do you know what happens when a devil is struck down on this charming plane of existence? It returns to the hells, to the very point where it last stood before venturing to whichever devil-forsaken plane it died on. In the case of our friend Yrgir, the Orthon you so handily dispatched in the Temple of Shah, he manifested in my House of Hope. He returned to me chastened but intact, his wounds healed, his body restored. He thought I would dismember him, but he has his uses, so instead I am re-educating him.
We delivered the devil. Now I want what I'm owed. We had a deal.
Indeed we did. I discovered all there is to know about those scars of yours. It's a rather grim tale. Even for my tastes.
Stop stalling. Are you sure you want to know, Astarion? Maybe it's best left in the past. Just feel that this sounds fascinating. We're not going to ask Astarion if he's sure. There's no way Astarion's going to be like, yeah, you're right. You just keep that info. Stop stalling.
As you wish. Brace yourself, Astarion. We're about to unveil your destiny. Carved into that ivory skin of yours is one part of an infernal contract between the archdevil Mephistopheles and your former master, Cazador Zar. In full, the contract states that Cazador will be granted knowledge of an infernal ritual so vile it has never been performed. The rite of profane ascension. It promises to be a marvelous ceremony, very elaborate, incredibly ancient, and entirely diabolical. If he completes the rite, he will become a new kind of being, the Vampire Ascendant. All the strengths of his vampiric form will be amplified, and alongside them he will enjoy the luxuries of the living. The arousals and appetites of man will return to him, and unlike Astarion, he will have no need of a parasite to protect him from the sun. But the ritual has its price, as all worthwhile things do. Lord Cazador will need to sacrifice a number of souls, including all of his vampiric spawn, if he is to ascend. Imagine how he felt then, when one of those precious spawns simply disappeared into thin air. The only missing ingredient is Astarion. You are the final piece he requires to complete the ritual. Your scars bind you to it. Your soul will set off a very wave of death, bringing Cazador his twisted life. And that, my tragic and toothsome friend, is that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have business elsewhere.
That's odd. So, did Cazador carve that into all of his spawn and not just Astarion? Or did he carve it into Astarion because he somehow knew he was the one that was going to run away? Which makes very little sense. I assume it has to be that Cazador carved it into all of them, but Astarion was thinking he was special that way. Something about that doesn't make sense to me. He's a piece of shit. We're going to stop him. That's all you have to say. You don't need to go back to Cazador. You're with me now. You're quiet. It's unsettling. No. That's all you have to say?
I was contemplating. It's a lot to take in.
That's true.
What do you think I should do?
We can't let Cazador complete the ritual. He can unleash terrible horrors. True. I think you should run if Cazador can't find you. He can't complete his ritual. No. That's dumb. He'll find you eventually. You'll never be free while Cazador lives. True. There's a way to become a living vampire. That must mean a lot to you. Also true, but I don't want Astarion to go down that path if it costs that much sacrifice. And it could be that Astarion doesn't meet the requirements. Potentially to be a living vampire, you have to be a full vampire with X number of spawn. Like it would be... He'd have to somehow become a full vampire and then... Yeah, we don't know what the ritual entails. But currently I think Astarion is probably exempt from it. Yeah, we can't let Cazador complete that ritual. That's, I think, the main point. He's already aware he won't be free while Cazador lives.
The end of my life amongst them. Just when I was starting to enjoy it. He'll never leave me alone. I didn't think he would when I was just one more wretched toy for him to play with. But if I'm the key to this power he craves, he'll hunt me to the ends of Faerun. I need to take the fight to him.
Yes.
And I need you to help me.
Also, yes. After we dealt with our tadpole problem, yes, I'll help you then. I don't think we can wait that long, because Astarion's only ability to resist is because he has the tadpole. If we get the tadpole out, then Astarion immediately shifts back to being his puppet. We've got to do it before the tadpole is taken care of. Also, the tadpole gives us power that would help in the fight. So I think that's a dumb answer. Of course I'll help. We'll hunt him down and kill him. If he comes for you, I'll defend you, but we're not risking an attack on his lair. No. Of course I'll help. We'll hunt him down and kill him.
Thank you.
I have no problem with hunting down an evil vampire wanting to ascend to something akin to godhood. Probably not quite to the state of godhood, but an ascended vampire of whatever variety. We don't need that running around.
The way she leered at me. The blood merchant. I can't get it out of my head. It isn't like me. Not like me at all. I was being too precious, wasn't I? We could have used her potion. A moment of unpleasantry doesn't matter if there's a fine reward. I should have just gritted my teeth as always and let her have me for a bit.
You bring this up now? It's been a good long while. Why did she upset you so much? It makes me sad to hear you talk about yourself like that. This really isn't like you at all. No, I think you probably had good reasons for... You said there seemed to be something off about her blood. Like, I don't think that's just a bit of a momentary unpleasantness. There's something really wrong. You don't want to ingest that. Why has she upset you so much?
There's nothing more desirable in the world than a vampire, is there? Haven't you been through all I have? You damn well are going to fight with what few assets the gods give you. But a part of me feels sick when I think about getting on my back for breadcrumbs again.
Yeah. That's the reason I didn't try and force you. We don't need whatever minor bonus that potion would have given. We don't need. You have so much more than your looks going for you. I'm too pretty is a bit of a sore complaint. Have you even enjoyed having sex in the last decades? Our lives are on the line here. We take every advantage we can get. No, we don't. We have standards. Yeah, you have so much more than just your looks going for you.
I had nothing at all for so long. Not even my body. That was owned by Cazador. To be sent out to tempt fools into his palace. I have bedded thousands of people. Half of them I barely remember. Most of them didn't even grant me temporary bliss. It should have been so easy to let the drow use me for her fantasy, but perhaps, you showed me I have enough strength. I don't need to.
Yeah. You aren't a slave now, Astarion. You're free. I would never ask you to. You may have to. No. You have great power over people. You should see it as a strength, not a weakness. No. You aren't a slave now. You're free. Also, I would never ask you to do something you don't want to. But yeah, you're free.
I can stop using myself. Stop being used. It isn't worth the scars anymore.
Yeah. You had a rough past, man.
Wish I could say I was surprised about Cazador's pact. Where blood, death, and betrayal parade, you can bet your ass a devil is riding Grand Marshal.
Yep.
We're going to keep Astarion safe. On my life, Cazador won't touch him.
Good. Let's head up here. Oh, I guess you want to climb.
Oakfather preserve you.
Full-fledged vampires are not so easily slain. Astarion's master will be no exception. Fortunate for him, slaying monstrous fanatics is a pastime of ours.
That's what I was thinking. Like, yeah, he's going to be a hard fight, but we've gone through a lot of hard fights. We can handle it. By the time we get there, who knows, we might even be a few more levels higher than we are now.
I can't imagine how Astarion must be feeling. The terms of your own condemnation carved into your skin. A monster's actions. And monsters do not deserve such power as that ritual promised. When the time comes, Astarion will have his revenge, I'm sure. And it will be richly deserved. But not yet. So, what can I do for you?
It seems like Cazador used Astarion's flesh not as a canvas, but as a contract. We haven't heard the last of this, I'll wager.
Yeah. I'm betting you also have a bit of a secret contract with Shar that you're not aware of. That's still my assumption, that there's something going on there with her joining Shar. And the fact she can't remember it at all does not fill me with warm feelings about how that all went down.
Our very own vampire's the missing pawn in his master's deadly game. Now, how about we go and reverse Cazador's fortunes?
Not quite yet, but hopefully at some point soonish. You are still standing in that table.
You wish to consult me?
Yeah, so Minthar and Halsin didn't have anything to say about that, but they're also like, they don't seem like as much fully fledged companions as the rest of them. And that could be because they weren't any of the origin characters. They're companions we pick up later on.
Cursed to put my hands
So they're
on
just
everything.
not quite as complete. Probably not gonna have a camp scene because we already had that other scene. Yep. So let's leave camp. And this is where I will leave it. So next time we will pick up from here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you then. Bye.